Yeah. Once again, welcome back to the second session of the lecture. So we'll discuss this particular session some more problems based upon your Rankine cycle. Hope you understood the first problem, right? So we'll just go for the some more models. Now, before going to that, I'll just show you. Now, see here in this particular thing here. Yeah. Now, just go here. Yeah. So this is very important. Yeah. Now, this diagram, what you're seeing here. Yeah. Now, see, this is basically your Rankine cycle on your TS diagram, what we discussed. Now, you can find three models of a problems. Okay. So, hope you have understood the first model where our expansion or cycle is 1 double dash, 2 double dash, 3, 4, and 1 double dash. So obviously this is the very good cycle because always the steam is coming at superheated condition and expands to the wet, and after that it condenses back up to 3, and 3 to 4 is pump work, 4 to 1 dash is heat supply. So this how it's normally goes. Now that this process sometimes they'll change in the problems based upon this. So here you see the one more thing, 1 to 2. So there may be the cycle may be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 also. So in this case, what is 1? It is a dry saturated. Now I can find out 1 easily in the steam tables because it is on the vapor line. So this 1 value is at P1, I can find out what is Hg. That is a G is indicates vapor. Now from here it expands to 2. Again for 2 I want to find out, I must need a dryness fraction because I must know dryness fraction, then only I can find out H2. Then what is 3? 3 is in liquid condition. That is in it's a in this condenser pressure, what is liquid from steam tables you can find out because it is on the liquid line. And H4, the similar lines what I have found out in the previous problem, you can find out finding PV work and equate it, and H4 you can find out. And finally, what is the efficiency now? H1 minus H2 minus H4 minus H3 divided by H1 minus H4. That is for your cycle. Sometimes it may start with wet, that is a 1 dash. It may end with wet, that is 2 dash. So 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4. So it is normally not allowed, good because as I said, when expansion starts from wet means it's completely in wet condition. It's completely in wet region. So it's dangerous for your turbine blades. Okay. So these are the various types of expansions, and you will observe problems. Okay. Right. Now, one more problem, just take, right, then yeah, so one more problem I just take it for you, then you can understand even better. So this is the problem, complete problem. So very good example from one very good one of the textbook. Okay, now you see here. Yeah, right, you understand the problem first because can't able to follow, then it becomes very difficult to go for the further problems. See, in an ideal Rankine cycle, saturated steam vapor enters the turbine at 160 bar, and saturated liquid exits the condenser at 0.05 bar. Now you tell me what are the two pressures here. Okay, so boiler pressure is 160 bar, and obviously what is, and he said that it enters at 160 bar, but what is the condition? Saturated steam. So he has not given any superheated temperature. So obviously what is the condition? It comes with a dry. So remember the previous diagram I have discussed, that is 1 to 2. So that one is in dry condition, where that 160 bar saturated thing straight away I can find out from the steam table. Okay, that is a Hg, and it expands to a pressure. What is the pressure? Condenser pressure 0.05 bar. Okay, so he has given what is the net work output. That's the work net is 130 megawatts. Is asking to find out, determine for the cycle what is thermal efficiency, steam mass flow rate, and specific steam consumption. These are the three parameters or the things what is asked. Okay. Now, first of all, you take two pressures, 160 bar and 0.05 bar, and you can draw the Rankine cycle. You can draw the Rankine cycle. Okay. We have a yeah. Just see. Yeah, this is yeah, the previous problem. Now this, but yeah, this you see here, this is the basic Rankine cycle for this problem. That is 160 bar, and you see the one compared to the previous case, the one is somewhere here, superheated. Now he said that 160 bar saturated, dry saturated. So it starts from 1, go to 2, 3, M, 1. Understood? So this how your Rankine cycle looks like. Now, how to do the problem? Just see, simple one. Whatever we have discussed, if you got enough idea about the previous problem, then you can easily find out this also. Okay. Now see here. First, now see here. Yeah, the Rankine cycle I have shown. Now first from steam tables at P1 160 bar H1, that is Hg. Straight away find out from steam tables. That's equal to Sg. Sg also you can find out from steam tables. Okay, at 160 bar. Now I have gone for now second pressure. That's a P2. What is that? P2 is 0.05 bar. And you take values of Vf, Vg, HF, HFG, SF, SFG, all the things at condenser pressure. That's the second pressure. Okay, so you take all the values. I see how it will be useful. Now I have found out first what is 1. Now what I need for efficiency, I must know what is 2, I must know what is 3, I must know what is M. Okay, so for that, how to find out H2? So in the diagram, if you just see here, okay, so in the diagram, if you see here, what is H2? Yeah, it is in wet condition. It is in wet condition here. So how to find out H2? It is wet enthalpy. It is wet enthalpy. So wet enthalpy. So for that, what I can find out, I have to find out what is dryness fraction. So what I'll do now, I know what is the 1 to 2 process. It is isentropic process. So S1 is equals to S2. So I said, no, this formula you have to remember, S equal to SF plus X into SFG. So this you remember. So I need for S2, SF3 plus X2 SFG3. All the values you know except X. The same way what we discussed in the previous problem. So X now becomes 0.602. X now becomes 0.602. Now what happens from, if I know what is the dryness fraction, now straight away I can find out what is the enthalpy wet, like this, around 1596.86. Now after that, I need what is 3. So this 3 I can find out where HF3 is how much, 137.79. Then as I said now, HM minus H3 I had to find out. So HM minus H3 I had to find out, that is a pump work, because the heat supplied is from 1 to M. 1 to M. So for that, first you find out what is HM minus H3, that equal to pump work. So pump work, I said same formula, where you take volume into pressure, 160 minus pressure change, 10 square is for kilojoules. So I can find out what is enthalpy at M. Okay, so that's a 153.86, right? So from now I find out what is the turbine work, that is H1 minus H2, pump work, HM minus H3, and what is the heat added? It is H1 minus HM. So just see the diagram. So H1 minus HM. So from M to 1 you have heat supplied. So from 1 to M you have heat supplied. The same thing you have given. So I know what is turbine network. I know what is the heat supplied. Then what is the efficiency here? So around 39.87 percentage. So this is the thermal efficiency. Now the second term, what is asking, how much is the mass of steam? What is the mass of steam mass flow rate? What is the steam mass flow rate? So for that, I need to find out. So what is the what you called as net? What is the work output? So it is given in the problem. Yes or no? So this is given in the problem that what is the net work output from the cycle? How much? 130 megawatts is the net work output from the cycle. Okay, so from that I can find out what is the mass of steam, because I know what is the network output from the problem, that is mass of steam into how much per kg work output is, network output is 983.74 minus 16. So this is the network out, what network output per kg. If you, how many kg of steam means ms, so ms into wt minus wp gives you what is network output. That's already given, how much? 130 megawatts. So how to convert megawatts into kilojoules? Just convert 10 cubed, and that kilojoules per hour can convert into kilos per second. So like this, you just convert here, or don't worry about 3600, you'll get kg per hour, because mass must be in kg per second or kg. So per hour, how much steam you are generating? Yes, 483,635.95 amount. That much amount of steam you are generating per hour. Okay, so this is your, so how I got this formula means, so total net work output, how much is nothing but mass of steam into W2 minus WP, but total net work output is given as in the problem is 130 megawatts. So 130 megawatts or 130 into 10 cubed kilowatts. Okay, so straight away if you keep without 360 you'll get kg per second, kg per second. Okay, so that's the steam mass flow rate. And finally, what is steam specific steam consumption? What is specific steam consumption? So important parameter, that is how much kg per kilowatt hour. So how much kg per hour of steam per kilowatt? How much kg per hour of steam consumption per kilowatt of energy produced? Okay, so for that you just take down 1 into 3600 by Wt minus Wp. So this is the formula given for specific steam consumption. So I know what is turbine work, I know what is the pump work. 1 by this per second you convert into hour. So what is the value of steam consumption is, specific steam consumption is 3.72 kg per kilowatt hour. Okay, so from this problem, what are the new things I have learned? What, how to find out steam mass flow rate given what is the total work done. Next, how to find out steam specific steam consumption, that is 1 by W2 minutes. So it's a reverse of your network. It's called as specific steam consumption. Okay, so hope you understood the problem, right? So similar problems will take maybe in the coming classes, and definitely you will enjoy the subject. And what I request, just when you come for next class, all of you just take steam tables, maybe any make, doesn't matter. Mostly it's RS Kurmi, steam tables by RS Kurmi. So you just take that one, and whenever I am dealing with this particular problems on steam, better you refer those properties straight away, so that you can easily understand the problem. Okay, and work out along with me, so that you can learn better. Okay, right? So thank you for joining, and go and refer, and for any textbook, if you want, like RK Rajput or RS could be whatever textbook you have, to refer for some more problems on basic Rankine cycle. Okay, thank you.